It's a beautiful day in white. Why is there a hole in my ceiling?
Note to self, fix whatever's screwing up my coordinates.
That's nice and all, but can you please get off me first?
Oh, sorry. Hey, aren't you Keyblade Master?
Yeah. Now then, who are you and what are you doing in my place?
Sword Zenny, teleporter, and we're doing a co-op, aren't we?
Well, since we're commentators and I got some material conveniently lying around, so yeah.
Huh, thought so. Every time two commentators meet up, somehow there's a co-op.
Well, it is the circle of life for commentators. Now then, let's roll the intro before we get all philosophical.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
What did I just say? Okay, so context, since good lord this entire situation is one big mess. Pikachu Gamer 64 made a comm on a troll, to which Old Doodle did a commentary on that. Then Pikachu, now known as Song TheDarkCommentator, made a commentary on that, which was kill. To which Doodle from the present made a commentary on that, causing Sonic to make a commentary on that, resulting in multiple commentaries on the video, with the important one being TheDarkCommentator, who got covered by Jonah and a quickie, resulting in Deku entering the situation to defend the honor of the Holy Dark, resulting in multiple people covering that, with the important one being me. Yeah, I got myself into quite the mess, not helping with the TheDarkCommentator making a commentary on that, and now we're on top of this giant dark void.
In the end, multiple videos were deleted, and Sonic the Dark EX has been missing ever since. No, seriously, he must have deleted his channel or something because of this.
Now let's get this thing over and done with before it grows even bigger.
What?
Okay, this intro is a chore to sit through. For starters, there's the slow keyframing, the pictures that seem to be playing hide and seek behind invisible walls, as well as some of them not singing with the music yet anyway, and finally the overall intro looking like it took you 10 minutes to make. At least it's better than your earlier intros.
What?
Resist. Refuse to call out your... Oh, screw it. Your editing sucks enough to make the Death Note movie commit suicide. Look, given your looping background, I can see you at least have an editing software more capable than Movie Maker. And that makes this intro all the more disappointing. Because first off, you don't have an image of Shadow for white background.
You know, it's crap like this that this is the reason why we hear TP's internal screams every Friday. Also, the difference between Jonah's white pick and Dark's white pick is that Jonah only used one white pick, which can be argued doesn't have a PNG, while Dark's white picks does have PNG versions that are easy to find. So TLDR, that's not how irony works, you freaking baka.
This is actually something I noticed just recently. You were arguing saying, oh, Jonah Smith used one that doesn't have a PNG for it. But here's the thing, Jonah Smith, it might not be ironic, but it is hypocrisy, because Jonah Smith said it's not okay to use a white background. Period. And then he uses a white background.
You're right, that isn't irony. Too bad Deku called it irony, which is part of the problem. Also, hypocrisy doesn't make you wrong. If one fat person tells another fat person to lose some weight, he may be a hypocrite, sure, but guy number 2 should still go on a diet.
Also, what does hypocrisy have to do with the situation at hand? Since as Zenny said earlier, Deku was calling it irony, so you just shoving hypocrisy in here does nothing but to show how you weren't able to come up with a sensible argument. Especially when you flat out agree with me that it's not irony, which was my main argument. And that's putting aside how there wasn't even any actual hypocrisy going on here, since when you cut back to the video, you show the part where Jonah is saying that your white background felt jarring, so good job.
It's a regular PNG, which is kind of jarring. When you're thinking is fine. Timing of where you put verses just feels off compared to everything else. And speaking of jarring, you used to make your background for the intro card Sonic the Dark EX's intro. Did you really not think that would be distracting at all? It made it even worse because it looks like some of the PNGs of Metal Sonic are fused, and when the text shows up, it shows the names of both of them at the same exact time. And what is might just be a nitpick inside of a nitpick? Really, you couldn't find any PNGs of Doodle's avatar? You had to find one with a white background that's kind of distracting?
You're right, this is a nitpick. It's not even the level of a nitpick, it's so small of an issue that it's not even a problem with the video. Actually, it can be argued that Jonah's issues with the intro can be seen as Dark having shoddy editing. Since as Jonah goes on to explain in his post point, which was wonderfully skipped over by Namadori over there, that Dark has the resources to make a really good intro, yet instead chooses the lazy route. Not helping matters is that there are people who have the same editing software that can make far better intros. Like, take my pal Pyro for instance. He also has Sony Vegas 2, and look at what he can do. wrong. Now, this can be proven wrong if Jonah's issue was with something small like the text font, which I could see this argument working, but that's not what happened, and instead you just say it's a nitpick and debunk nothing. GG.
So, you told me that one of my first few intros was bad. And it was. I mean, I could have done a lot better. And if you have to point at that, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But then, you go on to show your friend who's been using Sony Vegas for God knows how fucking long, and then expect me to be on the same level. Are you mentally retarded, you idiot?
Alright, let's recap Fyro's intro. For the most part, Fyro has pictures and text moving in straight lines. They're in sync with the music, especially the smaller compilations of avatars that continue momentum as if those pictures were one object. The flashlight transitions are just blank backgrounds that fade in and out via opacity keyframing, and they're GIFs, so they remain in a constant loop, so having them in sync isn't an issue. This is just basic keyframing 101. Anyone can do this if they invest enough time. Heck, I made similar intros to this, and I never had any practice at the time.
Not to mention that I wasn't saying you should be on the same editing level as Fyro, I was just using that intro as a comparison to show how lazily edited your intro was. Also, Fyro, despite his good Vegas skills, didn't know how to green screen, which was noted in the same video as the intro. By the way, nice ad hominem attack there, totally doesn't make you look immature.
And then, you say, Deku said it was wrong because it's a nitpick. No, retard, he didn't say it was wrong, he just said it's such a small issue that it's not worth pointing out.
Did you not hear the part where I said implication, meaning that this is something Deku didn't say, but implied? When she said that Jonah's nitpick was so small that it wasn't worth pointing out, which anyone who's good at analyzing videos can pick up on.
I was talking about that because in the past you have bullied me before. So that's why I wanted to get that off my chest before I started the commentary.
Cyberbullying isn't real, just turn off the fucking monitor.
What?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but your whole entire point here misses the entire point of what he was trying to say with his segment. You can tell by the fact that he said just turn off the monitor that he was talking about how it's not really that big of an issue. Not that it doesn't exist at all. Not that big of an issue? Really? Well, before we get into the dark stuff, let's start off with Dark's statement about turning off the monitor, meaning that cyberbullying isn't that big of an issue, and to that I say bullshit. As he said earlier, clear as day that cyberbullying isn't real, which is shown in your own video. Like, seriously, how do you miss this? But now let's get into the bigger topic, cyberbullying being a small issue, which I ask, if cyberbullying is a small issue, then why are people still talking about this issue? Why is cyberbullying often reported with people turning to suicide?
I don't normally interject in the middle of points, but I just needed to say this. Mate, both those articles are just to stop bullying in general and mention nothing about cyberbullying.
Why do terms such as cyber harassment and cyber stalking exist?
Why do terms like gender fluid exist when they're not a thing?
Gender fluid. Denoting or relating to a person who does not identify themselves as having a fixed gender. Please go back to English class. You need to learn what words mean again. That and get ambulance for Zenny since he's gonna die from laughter at this rate.
But most of all, why did you ignore the examples that Jonah brought up of how cyberbullying led people telling an artist to kill themselves and multiple people getting doxxed? Now, after all that, if you still feel like telling me that cyberbullying isn't a real or a small problem, then I'll ask you one more question. What would you do if you're on the receiving end of the cyberbullying stick? Because I'll tell you, it's not easy because I have seen this kind of stuff happen to Doodletones with Medicur's fans, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty.
Doodletones got hate from a bit of Medicur's fans. She's one of the biggest names in the Neo-CC. Cry me a fucking river. Here's the thing, I'm not saying that it was, like, justified, but I'm just saying Doodletones is so big, she probably, for every one hate comment she got like 5 people defending her.
Ugh. Regardless of how Doodletones and her fans reacted to this declaration of flame war, hundreds of Medicur's fans went on a witch hunt simply because Doodle made a video on him. She didn't spit in his face or anything, she just tried debunking a video when Medicur's fans poured truckloads of salt into the mix. Similar to that former suicidal Keyblade mentioned, who made a rose quartz fan art inaccurately, and tons of people got on her case for one minor thing. Regardless of how you react to cyberbullying, it is still cyberbullying.
And also, you claim, saying, what would you do if you were on the end of that stick? I have been on the end of that stick, you dumbass. This is what I've seen countless times from videos. People say, you've never been cyberbullied, you don't know what it's like. You fucking idiots, I have. And let me just tell you, it's not that big of an issue. I've been cyberbullied and you know what I did? Fucking left the site. Fucking block the people. And when you say, oh, but you can spread rumors from shit like Facebook, or you can get doxxed. If it spills out into your real life, that's not cyberbullying. That's real life harassment, you fucking fucking morons.
Okay, this point bugs me for multiple reasons, since A, people have different ways of handling cyberbullying, since someone can be unaffected by it while others can be driven to tears. B, you're trying to use your own personal experiences to say cyberbullying isn't a big issue, which is fucking retarded, since cyberbullying can happen differently to a lot of people, and can even go to extreme lengths, like what if the person came back after you blocked them, or if they're stalking you on multiple social media sites. C,
A girl almost died twice because she didn't draw the booty extra thick.
that. And D, no Dark, if someone gets doxxed online, then that's still cyberbullying, since the only way for it to be real harassment is if it happened in real life, which unlike the internet, there is no anonymity.
Oh, you people, please! Stop making fun of Vietnam. And you find it funny that people lost their lives in that war? What's wrong with you? Okay, fine. I was in the wrong. You're right. I clearly should have said Happy World War II flashback for all. We're getting much more tea. I have a friend who's sensitive to those jokes. Oh my god. Imagine you were in that war.
Kid, calm yourself. Just because you have one friend that's a bit sensitive to that doesn't mean no one's allowed to make a joke about that. Let me use this as an example. I have a friend who's sensitive to Sonic. He really doesn't like Sonic. So no, nobody's allowed to talk about Sonic. No one's allowed to mention Sonic. Is that okay?
And just when I thought this video couldn't get any worse. Doc, how dense are you? You had a point right in front of you and you missed it. You know what you could have done to debunk Pikachu? Bring up an example of a Doc joke. But nope, something inside that tiny brain of yours thought to yourself, hoop-de-doop, let me compare this to Sonic, something that's completely unrelated, and doesn't make a good comparison in the slightest. Like, Doc jokes. People get easily offended by that. That's realistic. People being offended by Sonic? Shut up.
He's not trying to compare World War II and Sonic. He's trying to compare the fact that both of them have a friend that has a fear of something, and not to mention that Sonic the Dark EX is using this as a point against someone being able to make that kind of joke. But here's the thing though, if Dark wanted to get his point across that just because one person is sensitive to one thing, then nobody can talk about it, then why not choose something that would actually make sense? Because just having such an outlandish example honestly hurts the argument rather than helps. Which would be fine if it was a joke, but it wasn't. And even if it was, the delivery was so poor that no one could tell the difference.
Why does everybody keep missing this simple as fuck point? I mean, the fact that Sonic is something that nobody else would get offended by is the point of my argument, because Sonic the Dark EX's logic was, if I know one person who's offended by this thing, nobody else is allowed to talk about it, even if nobody else is offended by it. So I said, if I know one person who's offended by Sonic, does that mean nobody's allowed to talk about it? I was throwing his same logic back at him. The fact that nobody else is offended by Sonic is the mother point, you actual idiot.
Neat. So that means you agreed with Keyblade over here. GG, I'm deaf now.
Did I run over your dog? Because my god, the salt in this part alone is enough to fill up the Pacific Ocean. Also, I can now say that I managed to cause someone to break their audio. Welp, BRB, going to become a PokeTuber and make mediocre content with clickbait thumbnails and disorganized listing.
What'd you say? Where are you going? Is the video over? Is the editor gonna cut me off mid-sentence?
That's pretty much the end of the video. Let's just go right to final thoughts. I think this is the most pissed I've ever gotten in a commentary, mainly because every point that I've covered is so blatantly wrong that I don't even know how you could have made this video and just not facepalm like a million times.
Well, let's see, I actually give a damn about script writing, editing, recording, and getting my stuff looked over by others. I mean, there has to be a reason why Deku and many others like my commentary, and besides, at least my video isn't skewed with dislikes and negative comments.
Wait, ice cream with manga common?
All the points were common sense. Again, I just think this is one of Doodle's fans trying to cash in on a couple extra views because Doodle did a video on it. I guess it's now a bandwagon.
Assumptions are fun, aren't they? I mean, it isn't like I announced that I would be hitting Deku's video in the comments section or anything. Oh no, that would just be absurd.
What turd are you? Hey, I can hear myself again. Wanna do final thoughts?
Yeah, sure, I'll go first. Okay, Dark, this is the second time that I've covered you, depending on whenever this commentary comes out, and my god, you have gotten a lot worse. From all the unnecessary ad hominem attacks, points that didn't even debunk what I'm saying, horrid editing from all the padding, I mean, why do you think the editor had to speed up most of the footage here? And overall making a commentary that's fueled out of spite. Now, my advice is to get your head out of your rear end and actually give a damn about your videos, since throughout this video, you have given me signs that you put no care into this video, and it really shows. If you could turn things around and become a better commentator, then we don't have to worry about this tree growing anytime soon.
If I had to describe you in one word, it would be blunt. Everything you say comes with a serious tone, making the jokes fall flat and the serious moments into salt factories. You treat each claim like you were kicking puppies, as if that would hide any bad points you made. Well, you aren't talking to some feral mutt. These are people you're talking about. Making videos out of spite seems to be a red flag, but there have been a few instances where you can make a good point and still be angry. The trick is to not let the salt fill the room. You can sound angry in recording, but you shouldn't when writing a script or bullet points.
Alright, now that we got this co-op done, get out of my house.
Okay, okay. Hey, can you pick me up? I don't know where I am, just use the recall button.